Hi everyone, Zach here, and welcome to video 10 in this series on making an RTS game in Unreal Engine 5. In this video, we'll be setting up our day-night cycle. This video and this series have been brought to you by Patreon sponsors, and if you want to help this channel, all you have to do is hit that like button down below. And if you want to take your support just a bit further, all you need to do then is hit the subscribe and notify icon. And if you have a little bit of extra money left over at the end of the month and you want to help the channel out just a bit more, consider becoming a Patreon subscriber. Patreon sponsors at upper tiers get instant access to all ongoing and completed projects here on this YouTube channel. Okay, open up your projects and we'll make a start. Okay, so here we are back inside the editor, and we're going to go to our core, and in our core we're going to create a new folder called actors. Okay, so in our actors folder we're going to have a new actor. So right click, go to blueprint, and then select actor called BP_sun rotation. Now let's pop this open. And in here, we don't need to do anything in our viewport. So let's go over to our event graph. So in our event graph, what we need to do is, well, only really look at the event tick. So we're going to get rid of all of this. Actually, you know what? I'm going to add something in I haven't done before. We're going to leave the event begin play in. So the first thing we need is a reference to our directional light, or our sun actor. So I'm going to name this as sun reference. And this is a directional light. So we're going to look for directional, and then we want directional light. We want this to be something we can edit, and thus also something exposed on spawn. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do a validated get. So I'm going to get the get, I'm going to convert to a validated get, and if it is not valid, then I'm going to destroy the actor. Okay. So there we go. That was the one update I wanted to make. The next thing we're going to do again is get the sun reference. We're going to convert it over to a validated get again, and we're going to do this on the tick. So if it is valid, we will rotate it. If it is not, then we will do nothing. So what we'll do is we're going to calculate out our rotation based on game time. So we're going to create a new variable called game time. And game time, like game time in our game state, which I have open, will be our float type. And we're going to put this into a category called settings. Okay, I'm going to put this into a category called references before I forget. So we're going to take our game time, we're going to get it. From here, we are going to, well, we're going to skip a step potentially, or add a step in, because I don't know how this is going to work in the prep file as compared to the prep file. We might need to multiply by -1 to change the direction. But for now, let's pretend like we don't need to, because that is just an optional thing we can do. -1 just sets it to the other side of the map if we have a particular side we want to be east or west. So we are going to get a modular operator, and we're going to get a modular of 24. We are then going to take this modular operator, and we're going to get its product, or its remainder, and divide by another 24. Okay, so this is for change for different day length, and then we want to have it rotate around in a circle. So what we're going to do for that is multiply that value there by 360, so a circle. 360 degrees. We then need to worry about the offset. And for the offset, we're going to add 90 degrees to the rotation. And this is really, all this is the rotation on our pitch. So we're going to take a make rotator, and we're going to move this from the roll to the pitch. There we go. And I'm just going to line all these up again. From there, well, we now have our rotation. We're going to get our sun actor, and we are going to set, actually, I lied to you. We're not going to use that sun actor. We're going to use this one right here. We are going to get set actor rotation. There we go. And we're going to take this return value here and plug it into our new rotation. So all we're going to do is then collapse this down to a function called calculate sun rotation. There we go. And we will not mark the teleport physics. We will convert this to a pure function, however. And then let's just come in here and just move this down so it's a little bit easier to read. There we go. So that is our sun rotation pretty much handled. Of course, there are a few issues. First, well, where are we getting game time from? And second, where are we getting this sun reference from? Okay, we're going to handle this in reverse. We'll take care of the sun reference first. Go over to your map, and it doesn't matter where you place the actor. You can place it anywhere on the map. I'm just going to drop it here. I'm going to go over to my details panel. I'm just going to set this to 0, 0, 0, so it's in the center of the map. I don't know, I just like doing it there. And I'm going to move this into my folder for lighting, just because it relates to lighting. And notice in here we have a directional light. This is our sun. And if I click this drop down, we only have that directional light. In fact, if I then were to select it in the viewport, notice it's selecting that one there. Okay. It is already set to movable. If it is not set to movable, you need to set it to be movable. Otherwise, you will get a lot of error messages. So we now have our sun actually referenced. The next thing we need to do is actually get our game time. And so to do that, we're going to go back to core, and we're going to create a new folder called interfaces. Okay, let's pop open interfaces, and we're going to create a new blueprint type, and it will be a blueprint interface, and this is going to be BPI game time. I'm going to rename it really quickly so I can get the correct Pascal casing in. Unfortunately, because I'm using source control here, it does take a bit. There we go. And in here, what we're going to do is set game time. And all we have for this is one input parameter, so we're going to make this an event called game time. This will be of type float. There we go. And now what we need to do is go over to our game state. In our game state, go to class settings. In class settings, search for under interfaces BPI. And I just saw the typo with that double E thing, so I'm going to go and fix that. I am sorry about that. The joys of whatever is going on with this keyboard. All right, I'm going to save all real quick. I like the pixelated look we sometimes get. Okay, so we now have this set game time. I'm going to just remove it, and no, I don't want to add it back. No, I would not like to transfer it. There we go. And I'm going to just add it back in with the correct spelling. There we go. So if we go to interfaces, there we are. We have our set game time. Okay, I'm going to create a custom event called pass game time. Okay, so what are we passing it to? Well, our sun actor. Well, getting our sun actor can be a bit tricky because we can't drag the game state in there, so we have no way to get that reference easily. We're going to do something that's a bit costly, but since we're only doing it once and only with one actor, we should be fine. So I'm going to move all of this down because I want to actually do it before the tick. I mean, it doesn't really matter where we're doing it because it's a graph, but in my head, I'm doing this on begin play, so I like imagining it. I like having it organized the way I'm imagining it. And this is going to be called get sun rotation actor. And for this, we are going to do get all actors of class. And this is the part that's a bit intensive, this bit here. And we want BP sun rotation. And then we're going to take the out actors here and do a for each loop with break, because we should only have one and we only need a reference to one. And we are going to promote this to our sun actor ref. Okay, this will go into a folder called references, or to a category. We're going to paste that into there, or paste that. We're going to plug that into there, and when it's completed, or when it's set this, we're going to break. That way, if for some reason there is more than one actor that falls under that class type, we don't end up spending more time in here than we need. We should only have one sun actor. And then off of the event begin play, we are going to do get sun rotation actor. Okay, so we have our reference to the new actor we created. And now what we're going to do is we are going to do a validated get, And then we are going to check, well, we're already checking, is it valid? If it is valid, then we will continue. Okay, so the way we're going to do this is we are going to do set game time, and we're looking for the message version of it. If you're not seeing that, set context sensitive. Okay, plug that in. Grab your game time and plug it into there. Okay, so we've done one end of setting up our passing of the game time. The other end is in our sun rotation. In sun rotation, go to class settings. In class settings, add in the same interface, the BPI game time interface. Right click the node and implement event. Right click the set game time and implement event, and there we go. All we're going to do is then plug that into there. And look, our game time is nicely set. And we don't need to put a default in because we're going to get that right away because it's going on the tick. So all we now need to do is test this to make sure it works. Now remember, to eject, so you can look around the map, you hit F8. So I'm going to hit play. I notice that we have no sun for some reason right now. So I'm going to hit F8 and see where my sun is located. I'm going to switch this to unlit. And I'm going to just duck under the map real quick to see if I can see it under there. I cannot. So let's go to the details. Looks like the sun has deleted itself by accident. Let's hit escape and see what's going on. Go back to lit. And I'm going to just hit play one more time. And then I'm going to select my directional light. And it seems to be deleting it still. Okay, so let's work out what's going on. So the first thing we're going to do in our debugging is we're going to just unpin the sun rotation. And I have a fairly good idea what's actually happening. And we're just going to move this so we can see what's on here. Actually, I'm going to make this cover my entire screen for a moment. Make sure that it's set not to no debug, but BP sun rotation. And I have a feeling that this is never going to trigger. In fact, I'm going to right click it. And you know what? I already know that's not triggering because we forgot to implement it. But just to demonstrate that, see, that's triggering. That isn't. So yeah, let's fix that. Let's go back to, let's actually get that back open again. So we even know we don't need it. Let's go back to our game state. It's actually in our game state that the issue lies. So in our game state, where we need to go is the end of our tick. And all we need to do is call up that pass game time. So right here, pass game time. Now it should work. Sorry about that. And if we hit play, notice how that's triggered. I can remove that breakpoint finally, and we can resume. All right, really quickly, let's hit F8 so we can eject. And let's see if we can find where the sun's located. There it is. I've got it's set to midday. And it's right there in the clouds. All I'm going to do is hit the tilde key and type in slow-mo 5. And there we go. We can see it's moving away from my mouse. So there it is again. Clouds are kind of obscuring it, but as it continues, we can see that it's moving. And we're just going to move the camera a bit so we're not watching it from behind the clouds. Give me 1 second. There we go. Guess the clouds are much bigger than I thought they were, so I'm just going to try to get above the cloud line. But we can see that it is indeed moving. Also, the clouds are moving too, which is nice. Wow, I'm far away from our start point, I realize. But hey, our sun is moving. And I'm going to pause the video here, and when we're nearly at sunset, I will unpause it. Okay, so we are nearing sunset. It was only a few seconds between when I pause and I let it resume. And there we go. We can see it going over the horizon, and now we have sunset. Of course, there is a bit of an issue. It's fairly dark out. So let's see if we can resolve that. So to resolve that, all I'm going to do is I'm going to hold my Control Shift L, and I'm going to set it till it's nighttime, just so I can see what it looks like when it's dark. As for my skylight here, I'm going to select that. So what I'm going to do is turn off real-time capture. I'm going to change my source type from SLS captured scene to specified cube map. And I'm going to use daylight. And notice we get this sort of bluish tint. Right, now with that done, we want to make sure how it looks during day. So I'm going to hold my Control Alt L, and then I'm going to rotate this to our daytime setting. And notice the light map isn't a problem. So let's once again test this out, but I'm going to cheat a tiny bit so we don't have to wait as long. I'm going to go to my output log, see what my time was at the very end there. And that's me messing around with the lighting. So I'm going to set it to be 1650 in my game time, I think. I didn't test this part out, so we're going to find out together. So we're going to set this to 16 from 12, and minutes, we're going to set to 50. All right, go ahead and compile that and hit play. Okay. So we can see that we're starting to get a change in our lighting. I've hit F8 so I can eject and find where our sun is. Somewhere, oh, there it is. So I'm going to just double check that it isn't behind me. Yeah, no, there it is. And then we're going to do slow-mo 5 again. You can see it coming through the clouds right there. Sorry, it is really hard to see behind those clouds. There we are. And now the sun is set. And we now have this nice sort of bluish shade on our landscape. Okay, I'm going to revert my times back to what they were earlier, which was 1248, I think. So that was 48. And that should have been 12. And that takes us through setting up our sun rotation. In the next video, we'll begin setting up our UMG widget system so we can get rid of this print string and so we can control our game time. And if you've liked this video, if you've liked setting up your new day-night cycle, then make sure to hit the like button down below. And if you want to be here when we set up our UMG widgets for controlling our game time, make sure to hit that subscribe and notify icon so you know when that video is out. Both of those things really do help the channel, or just leave a comment below. Again, really does help the channel. And if you want to take your support a bit further, consider becoming a Patreon sponsor. Patreon sponsors at upper tiers get instant access to all ongoing and completed projects, and at other tiers get access once a project is completed. In addition, you get early access to these videos. All right, I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and I hope that you have a wonderful day.